Hey everyone, welcome back to Transport Fever 2 and welcome back to Errors. We're on board one of our cargo trains, our one and only cargo train really. Oh, there's a plane there in the distance. Today we're going to be expanding this cargo line. We're making some new railway track, hopefully getting to reach some new industries and make more and more money from the cargo network. I'm loving how this area turned out. We can scroll over here, you can see all of the pasture work we've done over the last couple of episodes. There's a new river back there and I think it looks really good. Cool to see our passenger train go across as well. Signals are doing a great job. These 100, 120 signs are from the Queensland sign pack and I think they look fantastic. Sprinkled them across the map the last couple of episodes. Just found out what the speed of the natural curve is of the track. I didn't actually change the track speed by putting down a particular track mod. And I think it just gives a nice little extra piece of detail to the map. And that's actually what the last two episodes were all about, was really pushing up the detail level. Yeah, I do love these. They look fantastic. And just making sure that everything is ready for us to move on. So yeah, without further ado, let's actually do moving on. So we have this lovely track. If I choose the passenger one, you can see that it comes up here, goes all the way up. We've got our new vineyard made last time to the river, to the town of Riverbend. There was an amazing comment. So this basically is a map of England, and around here is Liverpool, and so it was pointed out that this would be much better named to be Riverpool, if I can spell it right. And I love the puns, so yeah, I'm going to rename that, and we'll have to remember to also rename the station to Riverpool as well. So yeah, great pun, great, yeah, I just love that. And yeah, I think that's, yeah, I'm really excited about that. All right, so this is the cargo that's designed to go over there. And actually, while we're here, we can call this is going to be Riverpool cargo. And what we need to do is organize for that freight train to come up here and drop off goods, particularly the boxes, the goods, and the bread. So I think the first thing to do is get that organized, and then we can work out where additional train lines are going to go. I'm just going to flatten around here, so we've got a bit of space to work with. That road definitely can get moved if it needs to. I think I'm going to butt up the building, if I get the right button. Yeah, this guy. I think I'll butt up this guy against here. Let's go with, I think the idea is I'm going to try and make that platform kind of like touch those platforms. Well, I like the width, I like the wide. We don't need a fence. Ground will be asphalt. It can be high capacity. And if I don't do footpath connections, yeah, I'm going to have to do that so that we, it doesn't actually map, it's not triggering that it's connected, but that's all right, we can work on that. And I think that looks good. Actually, maybe I should center it on the building rather than on the right-hand side. And I'm going to center it on right about... Actually, we'll put it where the platform is. And actually, I'm going to do a build anyway. You get it right up close so that you can get on. And I think that's okay. Does it trigger? It does not, but I think we can work that out. And we'll pull this back a bit. Do I want a second one for symmetry, even though we probably won't use it? Yeah, why not? Let's put another one right about there. So how's that height look? Yeah, I think that looks okay. And we can do some quick painting between those two. If I remember what the texture is, I think it's this one. Is it this one? Nope. Is it this darker one? It is this darker one. Actually, you know what? I think I like the texture that's over here a bit more, which I think is the gravel. Yeah. So let's do that. And I'm actually going to overpaint this with that texture. I think that darker one just wasn't as nice. And we'll do that. Yeah, I think it looks pretty good. And we can fill this in as well. We'll do a little bit of smoothify. Hopefully we can get rid of all that wonk. And then hopefully these roads should be pretty simple to put in. Let's just go with this road. And now we have a nice little industrial thing. Keep it flat. And we'll do the same thing at this end. And then where is our domestic road? I think we can just wiggle that in like that. And that is fine. So now we need to get across to here. I think in general, this bridge is kind of like the same right height, but I don't like the design. So let's, can we mix it up? Well, I want to get rid of the spans. And also, it's a little bit, we want to call it abrupt at the end. So let's just start again. Actually, do we need to have it over here? We could probably push it. Yeah, let's push it over there a bit more. And yeah, let's get rid of all that. So yeah, let's put it. Oh, actually, we could dock it with the bridge. You know what? That does look good. So when you get close to a bridge, see how it goes blue? It actually docks it with what it's next to. You know what? I like that. Yeah, and it should clone. Does it cloning what's next to it? It is not. So this bridge is a little bit temporary, which is fine. We'll come back and do the right thing. See, it did clone that bit. Let's get this right up there. And yeah, I think that looks pretty good actually. I like that. And what we can do is, keep on going down to where the switch stand is, and then we'll curve that way, probably flat, and yeah, that works. Yeah. And that way it's a consistent waterway. When we fix this, we'll make it all, we'll make it consistent, make it so that boats can get across. And then in theory, that can just wiggle down there. Like it. All right, so yeah, that's pretty simple. So let's get some drop-off points around town. Where's a nice little asset? This thing's fine. And the buses, if we click on here, the buses are going counterclockwise. So I'm gonna go the other way around, so that way the trucks aren't butting up against each other. So we'll just do that there. And I can't see. I'm trying to find another bus station. There it is. There's one there. And one over here. And yeah, we need probably one over, say, there. Now, we don't have one on the other side of the road. Do I care about that? Yeah, probably not. And that should do. All right, let's make our line that lets us go from the cargo station. We'll go from here. Let's go a nice, we'll go a light green color. Actually, we don't need to be the same color as the train line. We can go quite a unique color. We'll go, what do we want to go? Let's go red. Nice and bold. And then we'll come up here, and then we need to add our stations, which is going to be that one. And yeah, I'm on the correct side of the road. And there, and then cannot connect all stations. Why can't you connect all stations? Why are you being weird? Is there a one-way road in there? Let's do an upgrade. So is there, why can't you do that? So is it not connected back here? That's definitely connected. That's connected. And this is connected. Weird. That is very strange. So from here, Riverpool South. So this is going to be the Riverpool cargo, and we'll just call this. There's top and bottom. I suppose we can go north and south. And then this one can be south. And that one's north. Okay. And yeah, so manage the line from there. go to new road. There's no reason why. Oh, maybe there it is. There it is. The bridge didn't make it properly. So that was going to be, was it this one? Yeah, this one. All right, snap. And voila, fixed. All right, so now if we click on that route, we can see it goes through. It does cross itself there, but that's fine. And this is going to be, it's not the river bend, it's going to be the Riverpool. And it's going to be delivery. Done. So, do we have a bus depot around here? Or a depot, there we go, with this guy. And we'll keep it pretty simple for starters. And let's just go by capacity, I guess. Yeah. I've been using the Volvos a little bit too much. So let's go something a little bit more benign. Let's go this guy. So we need to do, what we're doing? We're doing boxes and bread. So something that can do that. Yeah, this one. So there's the boxes and bread. Yep. So let's go with these. And let's go with 5, because I do hope this will kick off and go pretty well. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. So the last step, actually, before we extend the line, the last step is, why doesn't this connect? So let's configure this. So I think if I use ground platforms and if I use this invisible one, yeah, that's probably not the way to do it. That's not the way to do it, don't it? We need it so, yeah, I think this one was from the cargo shed mod, this one. I think the ground platform one, this variant, so yeah, we get the tendrils. So it just comes down to which version of the platform we're using. As I said, if you use this one, it doesn't work. Looks like, that's going to be annoying. It looks like the, why don't you, oh, it's just sticking out a little bit. That's what the problem is. All right, let's delete that and then configure that, delete that, and actually they're on the ground, aren't they? Oh, you know what, that looks okay actually. Yeah, that looks okay. And let's put the building back. Hopefully I can get it in here without it complaining. And I want it to dock about there. Build anyway. And how's that look? Yeah, that looks pretty good. And we can finish it off by doing a little bit of texturing over here. Actually, we'd go all out to the road probably. Yeah, we've done a lot of detail in the last couple episodes, so I'm not going to do too much detail. We're going to have fun with more of the track laying stuff today, I think. And fix all that. And I think we're good to go. And yeah, that should do fine. All right, so now if I click on that, yep, get a whole lot of white. All right, good stuff. All right, let's get a train over here. And we'll choose this one. Manage the line. Lionstone, Ashford. After that, please come over to here and go to platform number. I want the right-hand side one, which is going to be 1. And then, do I want an alternate? Not really. And then you can come back to Ashford. I don't know. Yeah, because it'll be picking up. This is a producer, so it'll pick up, go to Lionstone, come back, drop off, pick up, go that way, drop off, come back and pick up. Yeah, so we definitely need to come back to Ashford. And let's work out the things. I think we are driving in England, which means we drive on the left-hand side of the road. So, no, we drive on the right-hand side of the road. No, yeah, the left-hand side of the road. Yeah, left-hand side of the road. I am confusing myself. And so Ashford should be 2. Yeah, so that should come in. And I am confusing myself. Get rid of the alternates. So when you go from limestone, come this direction, you should be on the left-hand side, which you are. And then you go to that end, and then you come back, and you come back on 3. There we go. That's correct. And then everything's nice and parallel. And the question is, why can't I go forward? It will be something to do with signals or something. Let's turn on signals and have a look. So that's a waypoint. That's definitely forward. And then my guessing is we just don't have a cross track, as in there's no way to flip directions at over here. So let's scroll out here quickly. And then you should be able to come in. Yeah, there's no track in here to move across to the right hand side. And I think we can probably put it in, yeah, around here somewhere. And we'll make it as fast as possible. And yeah, that should work. And then let's just do some signal work, I think. Yeah, so we'll put some waypoints on this. And it'll just be yellow ones and there and there. And this is not prototypical, I understand that. It just looks good. I like how you can make it so that you can like see the direction of travel for things, so that it tells it's going whether left or right. I'm going to make it so that I'm making the rule that there is no forward that way. So there is no alternate platform. So basically, if you're going forward, you're going to have to be on the left track, and out you go. And same thing this direction. You will never go forward if you are on that track. And this one should be forward only. And that one's a waypoint because we rely on the forward only over here. Yeah, so that works. That works really well. I like that. Should this one be a signal? Because no, if a train's coming in, no, that makes sense. That makes sense. You can wait over there. You can wait over there. All right, let's get this speed thing worked out. Do these as we go along. If I get the right, which one is it? Yeah, this is one. So that cross track is 70 over there. So that's a maximum of 70. And then that way is pretty slow. So we said that through the yards is 80. And then across there is 70. So we need to put in a sign. And if I click on the generic thing, and then this one. So I think the top one is the slow one. And so we're going to go to the right, and then the bottom one's going to be 80. Does that look correct? It does. And so, yeah, when they go forward, it's 80. And when they go to the right, it's 70. So a little bit of a speed check. And looking at the lines, everything looks great. Yeah, and so this thing has cars on it. Where are you guys? Where are you guys? I can't find you. Let's have a... There we are. There's one. Yeah, so they are walking around town. So in theory, because everything's connected and that train... Where is our line here? So where is our train? Here we go. He's actually ready to go forward. And he is off to Riverpool. Nice. And he's got a little bit of material on him. The question is that material actually bound for Riverpool? If we click on it, we can see that nothing's been delivered, which is kind of expected. But from a supplier's point of view, there we go. So from across the map, there's 3 places that make bread that are trying to ship 3 of those and 2 of the goods. So yeah, so even though this train does have stuff on it, what's happening is that's actually the stuff that's bound the opposite direction. And yeah, that's cool. All right, while we wait for that to arrive, I want to embellish this a little bit more. I don't like the idea of this being the end of the line and things doing U-turns. And even though this exists, I don't think we'll ever use it. What I want to do is maybe do something over here and maybe make a yard. So what I might do, yeah, I think I might delete this a little bit. And we do have the hill to deal with, but that's, I think, going to be okay. I'm going to bring out this straight, flat, please. And I'm going to try to make it so that we can peel off to the right-hand side. So if I just do like a Y in both directions, I think it should work. So out of interest, can I do that? It's a little slow. Where's the hill? Oh, yeah, it is climbing. Ugh, yuck. I can move this, though. So let me get rid of this. And we'll push this out over here. And I think the angle's okay. I will do this one as a high speed rather than not. And I think that should give me enough space to then go this way. So we'll go across straight and we'll fix that road. Yeah, is that going to work? Yeah, that's going to work. And we'll find the same spot there. Yeah, I like that. And then we can pause that for a sec. Pause, pause, pause. And with that road, we can just go like that. I think that's pretty good, actually. And I'm trying to match like the width into here. And like that. I think that should be about it. Yeah. And how's this side? I think I'm okay with that. Right, what type of railway crossing do we want? Do we actually want to push it all the way out to something like a gate? It's not going to be used very often, so I think we can probably go with maybe this type. The problem is I would like a boom on it. I think the default might be what we want here. Yeah. All right, so unpress pause, and then yeah, so this will definitely be a real signal now, and it will only be, yeah, so if you're going forward you'll go there, but if you're going into the yards, I guess it's a caution. I might as well just make it a real one. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, there is a limit of how far you can do this. So yeah, this would be one way and this would be one way. Actually, this one can't be one way because it stops people coming in. And yeah, and then let's try to work out where this goes. So we'll come out straight. Maybe as simple as that. We can just come out straight and then we can get it into some type of yard. I think what I'm going to do I want to have an open yard or a closed yard? I'm tempted to do this and just bring up the rail count, and yeah, I don't want to make this too complex. I want it to be plausible. Maybe it's just something like that. I don't know. I'm kind of just spitballing at the moment. And we need it so that everybody can go everywhere. So can I put a triple point in there? I can. But it does mean that this guy really can't. Yeah, I think I've made that a little bit too complex by doing this too early. So if we now do this and too much curvature, all right, we need to bring this out a little bit more. And then come in. Yeah, that works. That works. So now we've got rail yards that that give us ability to risky go anywhere. So you can go there, you can choose any track, and then out this way we have that. So instead of putting down something fake, I'm actually going to use this mod, the zigzag mod, and we're going to go no, and I'm going to ask for 4 tracks, and we'll make them semi-long, and hopefully this should just let us do that. Actually, we need to use standard track. There we go. And that means it's a asset where you actually can tell the train to go up there and stop. And then let's give this some building. So now, where is that donut? Who makes... Oh, you know what? This is not a bad way of doing it. Both open. And... yeah, how do I want to do this? So, there is a... oh, maybe I don't have it installed. Here it is, this thing. This thing. So, we'll have it pretty clean, and we'll put on this on the end, and there it's 4 tracks, and it doesn't line up. Oh, that's annoying. Yeah, the tracks have to be a little bit wider at the end. Okay, so let's just extend these out a little bit further, and then let's see if we can dock that thing on there. All right, and then I'm probably gonna keep... how many of these doors we want? I think I might close some random ones. So yeah, so that one's closed, and then if you look at the other end, yeah, so the 2 in the middle will be through, and we'll put that there. And I think if we attach these now, we will be good to go. So if we ever wanted to send some trains through there, we could. And let's go forward a bit. Yeah, I'm just spitballing here. I don't really know what I want. And we now have a kind of yard, so we can cause things to come up here, and then they can go through if they need to. And of course we need probably a way around this. So what I'm going to do is have a bypass. How are we going to do this? How are we going to do this? Yeah, so I think what I might do at this point here. Yeah, at this point here. Come on, snap. Give me the natural point, please. I'm trying to get this part to disappear. And then away you come. And there we go. And then along the river. And the same thing goes, we need to give these guys a way in. Yeah, I like it. I like it. Yeah, and we'll just have single track around the whole thing. Yeah, simple as that. There's no reason to have another track around the other side. And that can go there, and you can go into there, and you can go into there as well. And you can be a triple point. And we'll put some waypoints on there because we can, and it's fun. And so 1, 2, and 3, and we'll have to get all those alignments done better. I think we might need to put a gantry in first, just so we know what we're trying to work with here. And something like that. All right, it's going to have to be a little bit wider. Who do I want to dock it against? I think I want to dock it against this one. And I think something like that. And voila, we have used the 0.5 offset versions. There we go. Yeah, something simple. So if we want, we can make those trains come further and they can go off around. And this is the main line around the outside. I think I might make it so that this guy joins independently. And where are you? Up here somewhere. And yeah, you can join. Oh, maybe I have no choice. And you know what? Let's get rid of this. Oh, that's really close. Okay. Oh, I might be stuck with what I have there. Yeah, I might be stuck with what I have, but that's really annoying. Yeah, this is what I want. This is what I want. Keep on pressing V instead of B for bulldoze. Yeah, that works. And then we just need to have quick cross and come on, let me do it, let me do it, let me do it. I know you're on a curve. Oh, I saw it. There it is. Nice. Cool. And then, yeah, we just need to put on some waypoints and say, hey, whether you're going to go to the left or the right. And put in one of these, get it in the right spot. And so I've got that completely wrong because you're coming in, yeah, you're coming on the left. And yeah, you can go left or right. And then, actually, you know what? This is the main line. So this one can be a red one. You know what? No, I should keep it that way because I don't want people to stop. And then we'll do the same thing here. And the rest of them can be on. I don't want to use signals because it causes routing problems. And yeah, that should do. That should do. All right. Done. So that way, if trains are coming through, they're good. And I think that is success. Do I want to put a waypoint here? I think I do. Or maybe even a signal actually. And it won't be two directional, it will just be one of these. Yeah, let's do it here. So let's do that there. And then these will be waypoints. And we'll get this one lined up nicely. And there we have it. We have a nice little yard. Cool. Cool. Now, do we want to play role play here, and do we want to have the train come up here and have some type of illusion of a U-turn? What we don't have is the way of doing a round house. And so I'm going to do the same thing as we have here on this side and try to squeeze in the same thing. Why can't I do this? I can't do it. Nice. And then this is going to go into a roundhouse. Now the question is, do I have? Yes, I do have the roundhouse. And let's just turn on. Oh, let's leave one for now, and we will play with this later. So, really, in theory, the the engine comes up here, decouples. And so really what happens is the train will come into here, unload, the loco will detach, will come over here and do a U-turn and then come out, and then they should be able to switch over here. They go around the track on the right hand side, and then they should be able to squeeze across to this track over here, and they would do that by maybe using a cross. I think what I need to do is make this a little bit shorter, which means that's going to be in the wrong spot, and this can be very, very slow. Let's do maybe a 50, and then this needs to go in here at 50, and then we need to fix that signal and that speed sign. So yeah, that works. Lots of little futzing, but we do have a little bit of a diorama now that allows us to role play that there's a maintenance yard with a way of turning around. Do I like that? Yeah, the problem with some of these signals is they get about 0.5 of a meter off of what you need them to be. And so if I use a 0.5 version of that, I think I can work out. Yep, see, it all lines up now. So it's a nice point. And I think I need to use this one. Yep, there we go. So that goes there. And then we need something to say, hey, by the way, I'm going this way. And that one can be done by putting it there. And actually that could be a signal. Waypoint signal, one of these. And that goes out there. And then they can turn around and then they attach back onto the train and off they go. So yeah, that's fun. All right. You know what? I am quite happy with that. We've got our nice yards, and this will go along the river for some reason. There's all this farmland here, so we'll obviously make some type of infrastructure. And somehow the next episode is going to be about this cattle farm. I think I might change this. I might do this now, actually. I'm going to change this so that the cattle farm is a 2 where it has an in and an out. And we'll do 100 for now. And I'm going to say it needs grain because those cows need feeding. And we'll have out, and yeah, that's good. And so let's rotate it this way. We might put this down again. So not meat. I want cows first. So it's not meat. It is going to be livestock. So yeah, we'll bring the grain in by a train, maybe onto this line, then off-grid again, maybe even just trucks or something. And then the cow will get sent north, probably, probably we'll try to get it over to this line. And then I think what I might do is actually make the meat packaging place way up here somewhere. You know what we can do? I think this was over-engineered. We'll finish this off by pulling this back, and we will join it in here. Yes, that's what we're going to do. And you'll come down here. That's the way to go, past and out. And if people happen to come from here, they can go down here, use that cross track, and that's how they're going to get across. So it's more like a spur line. And yeah, I think that works pretty well. I like it. We'll do a micro amount of smoothing here between those two tracks, and we'll finish the episode by doing a little bit of gravel everywhere. And yeah, I am happy with the way that turned out. It's not what I planned to do today. All I had planned was just, hey, to get these things down and get some traffic moving. But yeah, I'm happy with that. And yeah, I think it's pretty good. Should we spend a couple of more seconds and put down a train? Why not? So under this one, what do we want? Something, if we go to the right hand side, it'll be relatively new. Let's go to something nice and big, shall we? For some reason, there's a nice big castle star sitting here, and from a carriage works point of view, we'll do a rake of 6, I think. Standard front end, and it's going to be a rake of 4 in that case. And what style do I want? Let's do this one. I think I got that length correct. Yeah, I did actually. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. And then we can do the same thing again. And this time we'll do something more tendery. And we'll put that there. And then let's put down a whole lot of wagons. Actually, you know what? We're going to do a whole lot of cattle in the next episode. So let's put down cattle wagons. And hopefully these will... That's not what I want. I want the early, late W5. So W12. I don't know what these numbers mean. But I think what we want is a W3 late, and we'll go with 20 of those. So let's see if we can get our bumpers touching just right. We'll have to put up with that. But yeah, that looks pretty cool. And yeah, I think that will do us well. I think the general diorama looks pretty good. All right, that definitely is the end. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Next time we will work out where this cattle thing is going to originate from and leave. As I said, we'll work out what those are. Try to work out a train line to get the grain into here, the grain to over here. We'll be putting down another one of those industries. I'll put it down temporarily now so I remember. So what's going to happen is it's going to be livestock in and meat out. And so actually, I think I'm really tempted to put that kind of associated with over here. Like it actually has to come in this line. I think I might put it over here. And then the meat will come out. And the end goal then will be, let's do a 3B. And it's going to be an in and in. So it'll be meat and paper. Paper. And then the final output will be food. And so I'll put that there for now. But yeah, so just so we get an idea of what the train's going to be. It's going to be grain to beef. Beef get fed up. They get slaughtered. The meat comes across, gets wrapped with paper, and then gets turned into food. And we did the same thing for fish. The fish come from here. They go across to the fish and chip shop. They get wrapped in paper and get turned into food. There's one less loop or step in the chain because the cows have that extra step. But it's going to be fun trying to get a branch line through here. It's going to be very close to where the main line is. But yeah, that should be lots of fun. And it's definitely getting us a much further distance down the map. And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing, particularly, I want to get all this area fleshed out in the next 5 or 10 episodes. This is my next goal. We've kind of finished over here. We've done a lot of detailing down here that I want to do. And maybe it's time for some boat life and maybe even an airport over here. That looks like a good airport spot there to get maybe from there, yeah, and then top of the map. So yeah, it'd be good to have one there, and one down there, and maybe another airport on the other side. But yeah, lots of fun things. Thanks for the suggestion to rename it to Liverpool. Good play on words for Liverpool, which is the same place in real life. And where is my cargo train? Cargo train, where are you? Where are you? I do love the distances on these maps. It looks fantastic and definitely helps with the immersion. And we'll definitely have to make sure that this train is running rolling stock that can go a decent speed, because 75 is a little bit slow, or 76. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to press that subscribe button, shove a cheeky like on the video, and tell us what you want to see in the next episodes in the comments. Thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll see you next time.